Do you know the most important factors on how to increase innovation in teams? For example, what role diversity or communication really play? I'm Christian, I am Psychologist, Scrum Master and co-founder of the team development tool Heidemeyer, and in this video I'm going to give you 3 pretty surprising facts that you can use to increase innovation in your team. I'm going to start very briefly with the source of the facts that I'm going to show you, because it's not based on a single study, but actually on a meta-analysis, which means they took into account every single study on that specific research topic, and in that case over a period of 3 decades. So there's a pretty high chance that the data that I'm going to show you is valid. And here you can already see an overview of all the preconditions they took into account when researching that question. Surprising fact number 1, diversity. Psychologists differentiate between background diversity and job-relevant diversity. Background diversity basically is your cultural background or your age, and job-relevant diversity would be your profession and experiences you have regarding your job. Interestingly, background diversity does not have a significant effect on innovation. And on the other hand, we have job-relevant diversity. It only has a small effect on how innovative you are as a team. So if you could design your team, overall you have to look at maybe at the job-relevant experiences people have, but background diversity is not important. And compared to other factors I'm going to tell you about later, diversity, well, it's not that important, and given that so many people talk about diversity, I would say that's pretty interesting. Surprising fact number 2, team longevity. So what role does it play that you know each other for a long time in a team? To make it short, it's not important. Which is a good message, because you can be creative right at the start even if you don't know the others in your team. Well, that's good. And what role does team size play? So interestingly, it does play a role, but it only has a small effect on innovation. The more people you have in your team, the more ideas are created. So it's generally a good thing, but it's not that important compared to the last thing I'm going to tell you now. By the way, as a psychologist, I believe that employee mindset is overrated. People always talk about the right mindset. It's not that important. There are things that are more important for increasing the flow of your team. And I actually wrote an ebook, a free ebook about this. You can download it right below. Have fun reading. Surprising fact number 3, communication. Again, psychologists differentiate between external communication and internal communication. Many of you often, I guess, talk about internal communication, the communication between team members. And that's important. It's more important than the other factors I talked about earlier. But even more important is that external communication is more important than internal communication if you want to foster innovation. So what you have to do is talk to other team members in other teams of your company and to other departments. And maybe you have to know your industry trends if you want to be really innovative. And I guess, I'm pretty sure that's new to many of you. And as I said, external communication is the second most important factor of any of the factors I'm showing you right here. The single most important factor for innovation is really interesting, and I'm going to show it to you in the next video. Sorry about that. If you are interested in the video, I recommend that you subscribe to our newsletter. You can find the link right below. And generally, if you're interested in growing your team, I can recommend that you have a look at the Heidemeyer tool. We are a startup spin-off of the University of Münster, of the psychological department. And our tool helps you to reflect on the topics I just talked about and many other topics. And it also helps you to measure the progress of your team and organization. There are also some interesting customers already using the tool. If that sounds interesting, have a look. Have a great day. Thanks for listening and viewing.